The NFL Week 15 came with great surprises, but terrible injuries. So let's get into it right now. Welcome, everybody, to Top Dog Coverage. Follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Stay connected with us on Spotify and Apple. Swipe up, leave your comments for the algorithm, and make sure you leave a comment for us, okay? Also, check out TopDogCoverage.com. We have upgraded, did a little facelift. What do you think of the facelift that we have on there, C-Dub?
It's great. I think our guy did a phenomenal job with it. It's much more improved than it was before, and it's pretty interactive. So go have fun with it. It's cool.
Yeah, Rags, our buddy over in India, he always takes care of us. Always takes care of us. So, we actually have a team of different people that is always helping us. Some down in Texas, our boy Prav. Shout out to Prav.
Mm-hmm.
Some out in India. Some out in Kansas City. We have a little team going on. They are the top dogs that help us run the show. So,
Would you say they're the top squad?
They are the top squad. I mean,
or the top pack, since we're a dog pack.
We are a pack. We definitely are, man. And yeah, that's what keeps everything rocking and rolling and howling, right?
Ooh.
But we do have a ton to get through. But I do have to ask, if you could give 3 words to sum up Week 15, C-Dub, what would it be?
Frustrating annihilation. I don't even need 3. Just 2.
I don't need 3. I just need 2. We're good with
just
it.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely hear you, my friend. So yeah, that's what it is. Well,
I have 2 other words if you didn't want that one either.
We could take another if you want to. Yeah, go ahead. Go at it.
Shuck it.
Shuck it. Yeah, he definitely showed up. He definitely showed up in many ways, so many different ways. And shout out to Tyler Shuck, man, just balling. And I'm gonna get that. We're gonna see that live. So, I am visiting. Yeah, I am visiting New Orleans. So we are meeting. I'm meeting C-Dub out there with his lovely wife, and we're gonna go watch a Jets Saints game, and we're gonna go watch the Jets shuck it up. That's
yeah. You think it's the cheapest game all year, or do you think Browns Titans was cheaper?
We're about to find out, dude. Where is it? Is it in Ohio or is it in Tennessee?
Well, it already happened. What, 2-3 weeks ago?
Oh no, yeah, that's right. That one did happen. We're gonna find
Ohio,
out,
right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's got to be the cheapest game. We have 2 pretty terrible teams facing each other, and we're gonna be there live to witness it at the Super Bowl.
Saints are on a 2-game win streak, bro. Like, what's up?
Yeah, we're on a 2-game.
I guess technically, no, 3-game, because they beat the Panthers bye week. No, we lost to the Dolphins somewhere on that too, I think.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, the Jets are gonna shuck it up, man, and they're gonna let Shuck throw everywhere. So,
flail for Fernando.
Flail for that. Not a bad one.
Yeah. Or minimize for Mendoza, whichever way you want to do it.
Everybody wants them. But I mean, this off season though, we're gonna go through the tape. We're gonna go through the film. We're gonna show you guys who we think. Just because Fernando is, I know they beat Ohio State, and it was a great game to watch. Great defensive game. 2 great games. Ohio State versus Indiana. But at the same point, that doesn't necessarily mean he is the best quarterback. We do have to look at film. For each organization, everybody's different. Everybody has a certain type of player that they want, and we're going to go through that this off season and see what that looks like. So, but would you like to go over some news that had happened in week 15, sir.
We have to. There's some major things that went down.
Yeah, there's some major injuries, and let's just get into it now. All right, time for the news. C-Dub, why don't you start us off, baby?
All right. I'll start with the largest domino. So the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has suffered a torn ACL. So it looked bad when it occurred, but definitive news wasn't expected quite this soon. The Chiefs have officially announced that star quarterback Patrick Mahomes has suffered a torn ACL in his left knee. His season has come to an end as the team explores surgical options. This is unprecedented territory for the 30-year-old quarterback. Mahomes has damn near been an Iron Man since entering the NFL. He's only ever missed 2 games with injury, but only appearing in 1 game of his rookie season behind starter Alex Smith. Mahomes' next absences occurred over a 2-week stretch in 2019 when he dislocated his patella. After that, the only games Mahomes missed were the final regular season contests in 2020, 2023, and 2024 as he rested for the playoffs in each campaign. The injury occurred Sunday as Mahomes was rolling out right for a pass, and after releasing it, was tripped up by Chargers defensive lineman Deshaun Hand. The 2-time MVP immediately grabbed at his knee and did not return to the game. After the loss, head coach Andy Reid told reporters what he knew, that Mahomes had injured his left knee and will get an MRI either tonight or tomorrow morning, per ESPN's Jeff Darlington. Asked about the degree of severity, Reid told the media, "I don't know. It didn't look good." And an update as of today, the 16th, the Chiefs announced that Mahomes underwent successful surgery in Dallas this evening, even the team adding that the quarterback will begin his rehab process immediately. Meanwhile, Info Network's Ian Rappaport reports that Mahomes also tore his LCL yesterday. While that could potentially complicate his recovery, Rappaport says it won't necessarily extend Mahomes' 9-month timeline.
It's a big blow for Kansas City. I mean, like, you hope that he's back in time. You know, like you were saying, there is, new medicine, helps a lot of recovery time. So
yeah,
we'll
look
see
at
where
Christian
he's
Watson.
at.
He tore his knee around the same time last year, and he looked great coming back.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna.
have you seen the parallel journeys between him and Brady that's been floating around?
No, what's that?
I think this is what their 9th season. So they both tore their ACL in the 9th season, missed the playoffs, and both have already won 3 Super Bowls prior to this.
All those are like spot on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they're in the same season. They tore the same knee. They both missed the playoffs that year, and they both have 3 Super Bowls. And it's also coming off a Super Bowl loss as well.
No way. That's a lot of parallels.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? While you get into your news, I'll get the exacts and I'll come back to it.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, let me jump in. I'm actually going to head over to Arizona real quick. The Cardinals placed running back Bam Knight on IR. The Cardinals placed Zonovan Knight onto injured reserve on Tuesday. So Knight, 24, suffered a season-ending ankle injury in Sunday's loss to the Texans. He emerged as a key part of Arizona's backfield this season after injuries to James Conner and Trey Benson in September. The Cardinals initially tapped Michael Carter and Amari DiMercato as the next running backs up, but Knight quickly established his own footing in the committee. With just 3.3 yards per carry, he has not been particularly efficient on the ground, but he has been one of the team's fewest players to consistently reach the end zone. He leads the Cardinals with 4 rushing touchdowns. No other player has more than 1, and ranks second on the offense with 5 total scores. With Knight out for a year, Carter and DiMercato will likely get more playing time and touches. DiMercato has been significantly more efficient with 7.6 yards per carry, but he missed almost a month with a high ankle sprain. Carter has only 221 rushing yards on 67 carries for a career low of 3.3 yards per attempt, but he has been more effective through the air with 28 catches and 232 yards. The Cardinals also signed Corey Kiner off the Vikings practice squad at the end of at the beginning of December and can give him some work on game day. So they've been playing running back roulette over there in Arizona. So hopefully they can get everything rocking and rolling. But the Arizona Cardinals, since Brissett came in, have been doing a lot better with their offense. I mean, still a team that needs regrouping and everything like that, but kind of a hit here. They just can't seem to get any of their running backs very healthy.
Yeah. So who do you think steps up in that backfield now?
I'm gonna say they got to start giving DeMarcado a couple more shots here, because it seems like the shots that he does have, he always breaks off a 40-yarder, 50-yarders, with a touchdown. So it's I would say try to give him the rock a little bit more, understanding that they do have teams coming up where they can run the ball on, they can pass the ball, and they can get these wins if they really want to. But I would say DeMarcado
Over Michael Carter?
I think he's okay, but I have the upper hand on DeMarcado in my opinion.
Yeah, because I mean, after the night injury, he Michael Carter got 18 carries. He got majority of the touches afterwards.
Yeah. I just always see you see it in the highlight, whether it's a penalty or what have you. DeMarcado always gets that breakout, that 50-yard breakout and a touchdown, but then there's a flag or something stupid. So it's like some of it's
he's not fully healthy either, though, right?
No, he's that's why they had to get somebody from the Vikings practice squad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting backfield. I don't know if I'd want any part of that outside of their passing attack.
If you're relying on it for fantasy football, God help you.
Yeah. No, for sure. All right, let me go to the AFC North. We have another devastating injury. So the Packers edge rusher Micah Parsons suffered a torn ACL. So the stars are falling on both sides of the ball this evening. Shortly following news of an identical injury to Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, ESPN's Adam Schefter reports that the Packers fear star pass rusher Micah Parsons has suffered a torn ACL. Parsons will undergo further testing with the team in order to confirm the diagnosis. While Parsons and Mahomes both suffered the injury on their left knee, Parsons came without contact as he collapsed in the midst of a pass rush and went down holding the injured limb. Green Bay ruled him out shortly after, and in the post-game proceedings, head coach Matt LaFleur told reporters, "It doesn't look good. I'll leave it at that," per Tom Pelissero of NFL Network. It's been a frustrating year for Parsons. As soon as the calendar changed to March in the 2025 NFL season, Parsons began negotiating with the Cowboys for a long-term extension. What followed was a novel's worth of updates, how the two sides were far apart, how the team hadn't even submitted an offer yet, how Parsons was asking for big money, and how the Cowboys were willing to make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Things got serious when organized team activities took place with Parsons in attendance, indicating that Parsons' negotiations were set to follow the difficult footsteps of former teammates CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. But an update as of the 15th, an MRI has confirmed an ACL tear in Parsons' case. As first reported by NFL insider Jordan Schultz, his season is indeed over, and a lengthy rehab process will begin once surgery takes place. The Packers will proceed without their blockbuster trade acquisition available down the stretch and into the playoffs.
Just a lot of injuries. I will focus off of the injuries since we just did 3 in a row here. Okay.
Yeah, it make me feel like the Grim Reaper over here.
That's okay, because we'll go to my side where the New York Jets fired defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. So in the wake of another poor outing on the defense, the Jets have made a late decision change on the sidelines. Head coach Aaron Glenn announced on Monday that defensive coordinator Steve Wilks has been fired. "I thought it was time to make a change," Glenn said when speaking to the media to address the move. "I'm going to make the decision that's best for this organization at all times." Pass game coordinator Chris Harris will handle DC duties for the remainder of the year, according to Rich Cimini. Chris Harris will also call plays for the unit. The Jets have been eliminated from playoff contention, but as they spend their final 3 games attempting to bring out what's needed and how they can improve on defense, Wilks will not play a role. So Steve Wilks out, but also wide receiver Allen Lazard also out. So the Jets have waived wide receiver Allen Lazard as per December 16th. So Allen Lazard, Jets tenure has come to an end. The veteran wideout has made a request to be let go, and New York was willing to grant it. So the Jets are waiving Lazard, according to Mike Florio. He will hit the waiver wire once the transaction is processed. Provided Lazard clears, he will become a free agent. To no surprise, Florio adds, Lazard aims to land with a contending team for the stretch. The move is now official. per team announcement. After a strong showing in Green Bay while playing with Aaron Rodgers, expectations were high when Lazard signed with the Jets in 2023. Things largely did not go according to plan in New York. Last season, when Rodgers was healthy, Lazard managed to score 6 touchdowns in 12 games, but it came as little surprise when talk of a trade release took place ahead of the 2025 campaign. So see where he goes. Maybe he will go to somebody that needs some wide receiver depth in one of these playoff runs. So
he's gonna go to Pittsburgh, right? Like he's gonna go follow.
I don't
Rodgers.
see where else he's gonna go. I mean, we gotta be real here,
right? Like, come on, don't whatever. But also, I don't know. I didn't fact check this, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate that Steve Wilks has been one and done his last 6 jobs.
Well, I mean, there were rumors, and I don't know what's true and what's not here, but I did a little deep dive in.
Why don't you get in the building and find out, dude? Come on.
I'm working on it. I'm coming into your building first, all right? So,
oh no,
ain't nobody got time for that. Isn't that what she usually say?
Yeah, anybody got time for
that. So I guess there was rumors that a lot of players were having a little bit of friction with Steve Wilks during the season and not allowing players to play and make plays the way that they want to, having them being patient and stay into their gap areas rather than trying to make a play right or left or up or down. And Steve Wilks, of course, obviously this is all hearsay, but was the one saying that let the scheme do what the scheme does. The scheme will take care of it. It'll handle what it's got to handle. Don't worry about trying to make the play. The scheme is supposed to, do what the scheme does. So I guess a lot of players had gotten frustrated trying to, wanting to make plays, and it just seemed to get people open. And those wide receivers, those tight ends, and there was just a big friction between player and defensive coordinator. So I wonder how that's going to be addressed besides the defensive coordination firing. Will defensive players be allowed to make some moves now? You know what I mean? Like they said
there's still 0 interceptions in the season, right?
Yeah, we don't. I mean, dude, Quinnen Williams got traded and has an interception. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just. How do you have no interceptions on the season?
You tell me. I haven't watched the Jets games as intently as you have. So
you're gonna watch a really good one. You're gonna get a good up close view this weekend, my friend.
Yeah. For sure.
But with that, the news is brought to you by North-Hall.com. So the North-Hall.com. If you guys want some hot sauce, some mead, and possibly some, I don't know, some of the fire hot sauce. You want some of that? Go get some. North-Hall.com. Visit them. And in case you don't know what mead is a honey wine. So go get one of those and let us know what you guys think. Okay, so North-Hall.com. And I think that's it for the news. Am I right, my friend?
Yeah, that is all.
All right, so let's get into this wild and crazy setup of what had happened. What do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
No, go ahead and start.
Okay.
It's we start off with a couple bangers.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the frigid cold over in Chicago, where the Chicago Bears left an absolute pounding on the Cleveland Browns, 31-3, and this Chicago Bears defense definitely got after it, and Shedeur Sanders was able to go 18 for 35, 177 yards, and 3 interceptions and 5 sacks. Okay, they could not get the ball rocking and rolling. Only 16 carries altogether for 50 yards. We had a feeling this would try to be a rushing game because the wind chill was -10. Okay, but 14 targets to Harold Fannin. He went 7 for 48. Isaiah Bond caught 2 receptions for 89 yards, and Jerry Jeudy 2 for 22. That's about it. Okay, this team had 3 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, 7 QB hits.
Who had the
No
sacks?
no
Tell us.
interceptions. Huh?
Tell us who had the sacks.
Why don't you tell us?
There's only one man that can have the sacks on the Cleveland Browns.
Yep. And he got 2 of them, didn't he?
I think he's half a sack away from tying the record now.
He is. And you know what? I can't wait to see it. We're all going to be glued to the TV. But
Well, it's probably going to happen this weekend while we're at the game. So
probably
we'll get to see it.
That'd be great. That'd be great to sit next to you and witness history again, though. You know what I mean? Because you're in Texas, I'm in New York. It's really, really hard for us to enjoy. But we always text each other and send us all this information. If we're in the same stadium and we hear this, it's going to be great, man. But let's go over to what Caleb Williams did to this Cleveland defense. He went 17 for 28, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns, getting sacked 3 times. DeAndre Swift, 18 for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Kyle Monangai, 11 for 33. Not too bad. Luther Burden finally getting in there. 7 targets, 6 receptions, 84 yards. And DJ Moore getting 5 targets, 4 receptions, 69 yards for 2 touchdowns. And Colston Loveland, 4 for 63. I love that he's getting more and more chances. Caleb Williams ended up fumbling the ball once, but they did recover it. But this Chicago defense got 5 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss, and 15 QB hits. They were definitely getting at Shedeur. So CJ Gardner-Johnson, interception. DeMarco Jackson, interception. Jalen Johnson, interception. This Chicago defense got after it, and they were not messing around. 31-3. They move on. They are 10-4. Cleveland Browns 3-11.
Yeah, and Luther Burden also left the game with, I believe it's ankle injury or hamstring injury, something like that. So
yeah,
something to monitor.
I mean, that was a cold one, man. That was. Oof.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a great game on this Saturday evening. It's the Packers visiting Chicago, so that'll be a fun one, decide the division. But let me go to this news fest. Unless you're Nick Stanley of the Baltimore Ravens, they ended up winning 24-0 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Shout outs to Nick.
Shouts out to Nick. So Baltimore is not dead. Cincinnati is. There's 0 pulse left. And the play showed. It was just a rough game, especially these teams meeting for the second time in the last 3 weeks. But Lamar Jackson, 8 for 12, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, took 4 sacks. Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 100 yards. Keaton Mitchell, 8 for 66. Lamar, 2 for 26. And then receiving, you had Zay Flowers get 5 targets, 3 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. And then quite a few other players caught some passes. Lamar fumbled, but he was able to recover it. This Baltimore defense got after Joe Burrow and company. They got 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, 10 quarterback hits, and a defensive touchdown from Alani Gilman. The Ravens defense also brought back some laterals, some handoffs on the defensive side, and created a big play, which resulted in that touchdown. But Marlon Humphrey had an interception, Kyle Van Noy had an interception, and Aloy Gilman took the ball, the 84 yards for that touchdown. But on the Cincinnati side, it just could not get anything going. The offensive performance was putrid, we'll say. Joe Burrow was 25 of 39, 225 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, and those 3 sacks. Chase Brown, 13 carries for 53 yards. Samaje Perine, 14 carries for 42. And then Jamar Chase, 16 targets, only 10 catches, 132 yards. Chase Brown, 7 targets, 7 catches, 37 yards. And then a few other players caught some passes. Samaje Perine fumbled, and they were able to recover it as well. And then the Cincinnati defense, they only had 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 1 pass deflection, and 5 quarterback hits. Jordan Battle did have an interception, but just overall ugly game from Cincinnati, and unfortunately their season is done skis.
Samaje Perine is getting more and more. I mean, dude, he's a workhorse. I don't know if anybody's actually looked at his yards per carry, but he is an animal. That dude really is.
You know my fun fact about him?
What's that?
He holds the record for most rushing yards in a college football game.
Yes, you did tell me that.
At FBS level.
Okay. Yeah. So division game, Ravens taking that one. Let's go to another division game where the The
They're almost
Chargers,
all division games at this point in the year.
the Chargers went to
Almost.
Kansas City and eliminated the Chiefs pretty much from everything, knocking the Chiefs to 6-8 and Los Angeles Chargers to 10-4. So Justin Herbert went 19 for 29, 210 yards, a touchdown, interception, and sacked 4 times. Marion Hampton, 15 for 61. Kamani Vidal, 12 for 33. Not too good on the ground for the rushing attack with the Chargers, but 5 targets going to Aronde Gadsden the second, 4 for 61. 5 targets going to Trey Harris, 3 for 49. 7 targets going to Keenan Allen, 5 for 36. But the one person getting it in the end zone was Keandre Lambert-Smith with a 16-yard touchdown catch. So Keenan Allen ended up fumbling once, got it back, but Chargers were able to sack
Mahomie.
Yep, Mahomie 5 times, 9 tackles for a loss, 9 QB hits, getting after it. Derwin James got an interception. Daiyan Henley got an interception.
Daiyan Lee Henley?
Daiyan Lee Henley. Deion. I think it's Deion.
D. Henley.
D. Henley. We'll keep it D. But yeah, this is the Patrick Mahomes game where the ACL, LCL.
Dogfight, bro.
Yeah, unfortunately, 16 for 28, 89 yards and an interception, and he was sacked 5 times. But he ended up getting that injury. Gardner Minshew went 3 for 5 when he came in for 22 yards and an interception as well. So they couldn't get the ball going on the ground. Collectively, 21 for 49 yards on the ground, and Patrick Mahomes was the only one with the rushing touchdown. So 11 targets to Rashee Rice. He went 7 for 51. 9 targets for Travis Kelce. He went 7 for 70. And everybody else is, 2 receptions. They weren't.
He got rocked again, dude.
Yeah, he's. They're going to continue to look at him too, because I mean that's the bread and butter right there. I mean that's the guy. So Kansas City was able to get 4 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, and 12 QB hits. So he was, these divisional games, they were able to continuously get after Herbert. But Ashton Galati, 1 interception, and it just that game right there kind of sized up the Kansas City season right there, and that's pretty much it for the Kansas City Chiefs. So
yeah, it was a back alley brawl, dude, and like obviously the Chiefs have been eliminated from the playoffs. Mahomes is done for the year, but I think Kansas City really needs to take a long, deep look at their offensive philosophies, their schemes, and everything. I mean, they've relied so much on Mahomes, obviously as they should, but they have 0 run game. Their offense seems stale and whatnot, so they've got to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out while Mahomes heals.
I think they need another O-line, man. At one point they had a good O-line. They don't now, and that actually kind of started in the playoffs last year when somebody got hurt, and it just started to downfall from there. And I think they thought that they would be able to repair it maybe with a patch or something, but that's just not happening. The Kansas City.
I mean, Trey Smith's elite guard. They took the tackle in the first round. Then he had those personal issues. I'm not sure if he's back. I think he got injured. But yeah, they just try to put the tackle spot. They haven't done a lot in terms of that, but I think they really need to invest more. Creed Humphrey is still one of the best centers, if not the best center in the league. So you still have some holes on that offensive line, but they've done some things to address it. But you definitely need some more. I think honestly they need more playmakers as well. You can't rely just on Rashee Rice. Travis Kelce's on his way out the door. Xavier Worthy hasn't really done much since drafting him, and he ran the fastest 40. So we got some stuff to figure out there.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does kind of look like maybe, unless they change things, the Chiefs dynasty it could be over. It's a possibility. I don't want to say that it's not, but at the same point, they didn't look good this year. They looked like a mediocre team that just did not know how to solve problems. They did not know how to come back in the second half. They did not know how to, start the ball off right, start the game off right. I don't want to say this, but I'm just going to say it. That's how you get your quarterback hurt. And I mean, I don't want to say that that's exactly the reason why, but they've been struggling all season long, and Chargers had their number on game 1 this year, man.
Yeah, and last year they won almost all their games by single possession, right? This year the games did not go their way. They weren't able to win those games. And Mahomes was running for his life last year. He didn't have his playmakers last year. I mean, he took Rashee Rice out with torn ACL last year. So
yeah,
it's just one of those things. Like again, they've had a really great run. They have the best quarterback in the league. Now it's time to retool, and they need an injection of youth and talent. And I'm sure these salaries, I don't know what their salary cap situation looks like, but they've kind of been going all in and have had these long seasons since Mahomes became the starter. So it's kind of take a step back to take a few steps forward.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. They what do they have? They only got about $2 million at the moment, so we'll see how that rocks and rolls. But
that team's going to look a lot different next year. I can tell you that. So
yeah, you never count Andy Reid out. So
I don't know, man. His Eagles tenure was going the same way. So they got some things to figure out there. But let's move on. We're not a Chiefs podcast. The dynasty's over. Let's move on to a different dynasty. The New England Patriots lost at home to their rival Buffalo Bills, 35-31.
Amazing game.
Great game. You got to really see the resiliency from the Buffalo Bills. They were desperate. They needed this one. And they were down early, 24-7 going into halftime. And coming back, they just chipped away at it and ended up pulling off the win. But Josh Allen finished 19-28, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns, only took 2 sacks. James Cook had an elite game, 22 carries for 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also caught one in the passing game. Josh Allen, 11 carries, 48 yards. And Ty Johnson, 4 for 13. Khalil Shakir, 5 targets, 5 catches, 65 yards. Dawson Knox, 4 targets, 3 catches, 37 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Dalton Kincaid, 4 targets, 3 catches, 34 yards. And quite a few other players caught some passes. Buffalo defense really stepped up. I mean, Drake May's been playing really great this year, and they buckled down when they needed to. They only allowed 7 points in the second half, but they had 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, 5 quarterback hits. They were able to intercept Drake May 1 time. And Ray Davis has really kind of emerged as a really good return man. Yeah. I mean, he's put them in a really good position coming out the half, and he's continuing to grow and become a weapon for them. But Drake May, he finished 14-23, 155 yards, 1 interception, 3 sacks, no touchdowns. Travion Henderson showed what he can do, 14 carries, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson, 6 carries, 50 yards. And Drake May getting it done with his legs, 4 carries, 43 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Mac Hollins actually led the team in receiving, 8 targets, 4 catches, 41 yards. Kayshon Boutte had 1 target, 1 catch, 30 yards. Stephon Diggs had 4 targets, 3 catches, 26 yards. And Ramondre Stevenson got involved. He had 3 catches, 27 yards. Mac Hollins and Marcus Jones both fumbled. Marcus Jones was able to recover his. And this New England defense, they didn't have an answer for Josh Allen second half. A lot of teams kind of struggled. The only one that's really had his number has been Houston so far this year, but they only had 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 4 pass deflections, 4 quarterback hits, and New England wasn't able to lock down the division. So there's still a chance Buffalo could go steal it. It'll come down to these last few weeks.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting because they can meet up again, and that could be the day game, the night game, whatever, the game of the day that people want to watch, because
game of the century.
Slinging it and dinging it, dude. They're gonna be doing it. You know what I mean? And
I don't think they're dinging it. They're running it, chucking it, shucking it, scoring it, sacking it, picking it.
That's actually pretty good. I didn't expect that, man. Like you were on a roll. I didn't want to stop you. You were doing.
Start calling me butter, baby. Start calling me butter.
Oh, he's on a roll. Oh, he's on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go over to the Commanders, where they took a 29-21 win over the New York Giants in New York, where Marcus Mariota went 10 for 19, 211 yards and 1 touchdown, sacked twice. They did a pretty good job on the ground. Bill Krosky-Merritt went 18 for 96 and a tutty. Marcus Mariota went 10 for 43, using those legs that are very, very difficult to take down during a game for any defense. And Terry McLaurin going 3 for 69 and a touchdown, and Deebo Samuel 3 for 43. Yeah, I mean, Marcus Mariota, 2 fumbles, lost one of them. Jeremy Nichols, another fumble. Bill, another fumble. They fumbled 4 times and lost it 2 times. Okay, like this was not exactly
the dark magic.
Yeah. So, but what I will say is that their defense only had 1 sack and 8 QB hits. They weren't really doing anything too good, but they did end up getting a touchdown. They ended up getting a Mike Sanders still get an interception. And Jalen Lane was able to get I believe it was a 63-yard touchdown. So on special teams. So it helps out. It definitely put them ahead. It got them the game. And your Prince Jackson Dark went Jackson. That's what I'm gonna call him when he does bad games. Jackson Dark. Okay, but he actually didn't do bad in this game. He went 200.
He got sent to the medical tent though. For like
is that a surprise at this point?
Dude, he's got a little home there, dude.
He does, man. He's like he spends more time there.
They gotta have like snacks or something there for that guy. Like,
just, dude, any more time in that tent, he's gonna come out looking like a Smurf. Okay, he's gotta relax. Yeah, they probably got the best snacks.
He's too iced out for that, dude. Come on. Giants need to save our Prince, man. Fix him. Help him.
Jackson Dart went 20 for 36, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He was only sacked once, but they also ran the ball very, very well on the ground. Tyrone Tracy, 15 for 70 and a touchdown on the ground. Jackson Dart went 9 for 63. And Wan'Dale Robinson, 5 for 54 and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy, 3 for 27 and a touchdown. And Darius Slayton, 4 for 53. And Theo Johnson getting 3 for 72. So it was looking pretty good. They ended up getting 2 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, 5 QB hits, no interceptions. But Deonte Banks Nope, I was looking at something else. Sorry, but I was trying to see if they had any. So yeah, it was a lot of fumbling in this game. And Giants weren't really able to do too much with their defense. So
you got 6 wins and 22 losses between the 2 of these teams, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what it is. So Washington 4-10, New York Giants 2-12. Let's move it on.
All right. Let's move on to my second shutout game. Here we go. Las Vegas ended up going to Philadelphia and walking away with a 31-0 loss to the Eagles. Baby Hands Pickett, 15 to 25 for only 64 yards and an interception. Took 4 sacks. Rushing attack was non-existent. You had 13 carries for 46 yards, 9 for 35, of which was Ashton Genty's. As a team, you had 15 catches for 64 yards overall, with 6 catches and 28 yards coming from Brock Bowers. No one else did anything of note. Vegas defense, 1 sack from Max Crosby, 8 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit. And that's Las Vegas in a nutshell. That was a excruciating, terrible performance from them. And on the Philly side, Hurts, pretty easy day at the office, 12 of 15, 175, 3 touchdowns, only took that 1 sack. Tanner McKee came in, was 3 for 3 for 33 yards. Saquon Barkley, 22 for 78 and a touchdown. Tank Bigsby got 17 carries for 57 yards, and Jalen Hurts was 7 for 39. The fact that you were able to run the ball 47 times in an NFL game is absolutely insane. But in the receiving game, you had Dallas Goedert, 7 targets, 6 catches, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Devonta Smith, 2 for 50. A.J. Brown, 2 for 41, one of which being a touchdown. And you had some other players catch some passes. And this Philly defense, 4 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, 9 quarterback hits, and that 1 interception. So it's definitely a get-right game for Philly. And they're moving on, 9-5. in control of that division.
Let's go to another beatdown where the New York Jets flew down to Jacksonville and got an absolute.
Yeah, T. Laud.
Yeah, I got T. Laud. So let's start off with the the UDFA rookies making his first start. He went 22 for 33. Brady Cook, 176 yards, touchdown, 3 interceptions, and 3 sacks. Despite that, actually, the Jets ran the ball decently, just not with Breece Hall. Isaiah Davis went 9 for 58 and a touchdown. Brady Cook used his legs, 6 for 39. Breece Hall went 12 for 23. And it was just a bunch of other people, too. They just put people in and people out. But 9 targets for Adonai Mitchell, hauling in 6 of those for 58 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Williams, 6 for 53. And John Mechie, 4 for 25. They were not able to they were Malachi Moore, that guy, just wasn't able to get a fumble back. But no sacks for this Jets defense, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 QB hits. They just couldn't do anything. Obviously, no interceptions because they haven't done that all year. But let's go over to the Jacksonville Jaguars side where Trevor Lawrence went 20 for 32, 330 yards and 5 touchdowns. They ran the ball very well. 5 carries for 51 yards for Trevor Lawrence and a touchdown. Travis Etienne, 12 for 32. And then they're receiving right here, okay? Travis Etienne went 3 for 73 in the air and 3 touchdowns. Brian Thomas, 4 for 66 and a touchdown. Bashal Tutin, 1 for 16 and a touchdown. They just had their way with the Jets. And 5 for 71 for Jacoby Myers. Dyami Brown got a fumble recovery. I'm sorry, Dyami Brown ended up fumbling and losing it. So, but this defense, 3 sacks on the Jets, 7 tackles for a loss, and 7 QB hits. Antonio Johnson had an interception. Ventrell Miller had an interception. Monteric Brown had an interception. They just did whatever they wanted to New York Jets. So, Jacksonville Jaguars go to 10-4, and the New York Jets go down to 3-11 with a 48-20 victory.
Yeah, Bashal Tutin got hurt too, and he has surgery, so he won't be back until playoffs.
Yeah,
if they make it. So, let's go over to the Cardinals and Texans. This was actually a pretty entertaining matchup. Houston dominated, but it still was entertaining overall because Jacoby Brissett continued to do Jacoby Brissett things. But the Texans won 40-20. Brissett was 27 to 40, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, got sacked twice. Michael Carter ended up leading the backfield, 14 for 56. Bam Knight did injure his knee on his 1 carry. And then a couple other players got some carries. DeMarcado only 1 carry for 1 yard. Arizona receiving, it's McBride and the boys, I guess. Trey McBride, 13 targets, 12 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael Wilson continues to be dominant. 11 targets, 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Michael Carter, 4 for 38. And DeMarcado, 2 catches for 0 yards. So Jalen Brooks, 1 fumble, lost it. And this Arizona defense only got 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, 2 quarterback hits. So a pretty rough day for Arizona in terms of the defensive side. But CJ Stroud, he's starting to hit his stride. And, obviously Arizona's an easier opponent, but he went 22 of 29 for 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, did take that 1 sack. Jawar Jordan got 15 carries for 101 yards. I think this needs to be studied too. I don't know who goes in the medical tent more, Woody Marks or Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart. I'm just going to call that right there, okay?
There's no way. Dude, every game, Woody Marks has some sort of injury. He's questionable to return. We got to study that. This is insane. But Woody Marks 7 carries for 30 yards. CJ Stroud was 6 for 10, and Dare Ogunbowale 5 carries for 2 yards. And then the receiving game, Nico Collins 4 targets, 3 catches, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz 9 targets, 8 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Dare Ogunbowale 4 targets, 3 catches, 32 yards, and then some other players caught some passes. You had CJ Stroud fumble. And that's about it. In the Houston side, again, they had 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 6 pass deflections, 3 quarterback hits, and an interception. So Houston's defense continues to be elite. They're on a roll, and we're going to
Yeah.
see who's going to take this division. It's going to come down to that. I think it's the final week where they play Jacksonville.
The final countdown.
It's going to be a fun one to decide all chips on the table. But if I was betting man, I'd go with the Texans.
Hey,
That
do you think
defense
that
is just
Jackson?
elite.
Do you think that Jackson Dart mistakes the blue tent for his jersey? Maybe that's why he's always in there.
No, not at all.
Just saying, he's always in there. All right,
You're not
moving
going to
on
insult
to
this man's intelligence. Come on.
yeah, you can.
Disrespectful.
And plurable, churlish. Let's go to the Packers and the Broncos. All right, so the great game to watch. The Broncos solidifying a 34-26 victory at home, moving them to 12-2 and 7-0 at home against the Green Bay Packers, who are now 9-4-1. So Jordan Love went 24 for 40, 276 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 3 times. They were able to get the ball rolling with Josh Jacobs, 12 for 73 on the ground and a touchdown. And Matthew Golden going 3 for 55. Jaden Reed, 5 for 55. Luke Musgrave, 4 for 52. And Josh Jacobs actually holding a brilliant receiving catch in the end zone. He went 2 for 19. Edgrin Cooper. I'm sorry. Nope. We're going to go right over. This is something that doesn't usually happen. I know this is a game that Michael Parsons got hurt in, but they had no sacks in this game. 3 tackles for a loss and 3 QB hits. Okay, no interceptions. And it was just
because the Broncos were holding the whole game.
That's for damn sure. Bo Nix went 23 for 34, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he was not sacked once. They actually had a kind of a tough time running the ball. RJ Harvey, 19 for 65 and a touchdown, and Bo Nix went 7 for 10 yards. 10 targets for Cortland Sutton, 7 for 13 and a touchdown. Troy Franklin went 6 for 85 and a touchdown. Little Jordan Humphrey went 3 for 42 and a touchdown. And Michael Bandy caught a one reception for 20 yards, which was also a touchdown. Marvin Mims went 4 for 29 as well. RJ Harvey fumbled and lost one in the beginning of this game, and he was actually benched for a while after that. That's when I texted you, and I was like, hey, do they usually bench? And they Sean Payton did. He benched him for a little bit. So 3 sacks for this Denver defense, 5 tackles for a loss, and 15 QB hits. They were getting at it. Patrick Surtain, an interception. Riley Moss, an interception. And look, when it came down to it, Denver Broncos just started separating. Green Bay Packers started off pretty hot, pretty well, but then Denver just kind of started separating the gap little by little after the half. So a great game to watch if you love ball. And look, these teams could be possibly playing again in the final game. You never know. So
2 things to note too. Broncos have won their 11th straight and clinched a playoff spot. So
we took them to possibly take this division this year. So
they're looking like they're probably going to be the number 1 seed too. So
yeah, man.
All right, let's go over to the Stafford Bowl, where you had the Detroit Lions visit the LA Rams. Rams ended up winning 41-34 and also clinching their playoff berth as well. So there we go. So on the Detroit side, Jared Goff went 25 for 41, 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, only took 1 sack. So extremely efficient there. Jahmyr Gibbs, tough day at the office, 13 carries, 38 yards. David Montgomery had 7 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 18 targets, 13 catches, 164 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 9 targets, 7 catches, 134 yards, and a touchdown. And then Gibbs had 4 catches for 20 yards. So, but this Detroit defense, they got 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 7 pass deflections, 8 quarterback hits, and Aiden Hutchinson had that big-time interception. But Lions, they were in the game the entire time. It was a really, really good matchup. Stafford, 24-38, 368 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was sacked twice. Kyron Williams, 15 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Blake Corum, 11 for 71 and a touchdown. Puka Nacua got 2 for 8. And Puka Nacua, I believe this was a career high in terms of yardage for him. He had 11 targets, 9 catches, 181 yards. Colby Parkinson, 7 targets, 5 catches, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 9 targets, 4 catches, 71 yards. He also left the game with a hamstring injury. You could tell that he came up limp on that route, so be on the lookout to see if he's going to practice this week. Probably would say he's going to be out for Thursday, but we'll see. Stafford he fumbled it, but was able to recover. And like we said earlier, this Rams defense only 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, 8 quarterback hits. So Rams were able to flex their muscles. They're in the dance, and Detroit is hanging on by a thread.
Big Thursday game with the Rams coming up. Division. So
Rams Seahawks. Yep.
Let's move down to San Francisco, where the Titans took a trip over to the West Coast, and Cam Ward and company took a loss, 37-24, putting them at 2-12, and San Francisco up to 10-4. So Cam Ward going 18 for 29, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions and no sacks, which is showing a little bit of progression. Tony Pollard ended up getting 14 carries and 104 yards and a touchdown. And Gunnar Helm, 4 receptions, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And Chig Okonkwo, 4 for 33. So it was basically a tight end day. And Shamir DK, 4 for 17 as well. This defense ended up getting 2 sacks against San Francisco and 5 tackles for a loss and 5 QB hits. While if you look at it, going over to the other side, Brock Purdy did amazing things yet again. 23 for 30, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had 2 sacks on him. So Christian McCaffrey went 22 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown. And Brock Purdy used his legs when going 7 for 44. So Ricky Pearsall getting back into the mix, went 6 for 96 on 7 targets. And George Kittle, 8 for 88 yards and a touchdown on 9 targets. So Brock Purdy ended up fumbling and losing the ball once. Very, very shocking, but this defense did not get a sack in this game, which you would have thought they would have against Tennessee. And only 1 tackle.
Because Cam Ward's been sacked the most out of any quarterback in the league?
That, and Salah's defense is getting after and, running like your hair's on fire, as he likes to say. So I was very shocked they didn't do anything crazy, but they still got the win, and we will move on from that. So, 37-24, San Francisco takes a win.
All right, I'm going to go to the NFC South matchup, where my Saints walked away with a 20-17 victory over the Carolina Panthers. This division, the NFC South, is absolutely the most disgusting, brutal division in the NFL. The Buccaneers don't want to win it. The Panthers don't want to win it. And the Saints and Falcons just want to play spoiler, I guess. Panthers had a chance to solidify the division and get a big lead up on the Bucs, and they just could not get it done. Bryce Young, 15-24, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. It was only sacked 1 time. And this running game, Rico Dowdle, he had 16 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Young was 7 for 49, and Chuba Hubbard was 8 for 29. And then receiving game, big Jalen Coker game. He had 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. He also fumbled and lost it. Xavier Leggett had 3 targets, 2 catches, 39 yards. Teteroa McMillan, 4 targets, 2 catches, 25 yards. And then a few other players caught some passes, but it pretty ugly. It didn't matter. This Carolina defense, they got 5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, 6 quarterback hits. But it didn't matter.
No.
They got shucked up in the dome. Tyler Shuck, absolute dog, 24-32, 272 yards, 1 touchdown. Took those 5 sacks. He also took a nasty hit, the late slide with a slide at the end that helps get a 15-yard penalty. He might have sold it a little bit, but that's okay. And they got into field goal range to let the Ireland's finest, Charlie Smith, kick it through the uprights. But terms of rushing game, Tyler Shuck, 8 carries, 32 yards. Devin Neal, 7 carries, 28 yards, 1 touchdown. And we never saw him again because it was a hamstring injury. So big Evan Hull and Audric Estime going into the Jets game. 4 carries, 12 yards for Hull, and Estime 3 for 11. And then receiving, Chris Olave came back alive. 9 targets, 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Basically all of that coming in the second half. First half, I think he maybe had 1 target with 0 catches. Devon Vele, 6 targets, 5 catches, 69 yards. He did leave the game with an injury, so I'm not sure if the severity has been announced or not, but something to monitor if you, for whatever reason, you have him in your fantasy. If you do, Godspeed. Audric Estime, 3 targets, 3 catches, 39 yards. Kevin Austin Jr., 5 targets, 3 catches, 33 yards. And Jawan Johnson, 4 catches, 30 yards. Mason Timpton fumbled the ball and lost it. But this New Orleans defense got 1 sack from Chase Young. This was big time when it happened. 5 tackles for loss, 2 pass deflections, only 3 quarterback hits. And yeah, Charlie Smith, elite kicker from Ireland. This is only his, 3rd year playing
Charlie
football. Like, it's insane. But he
would you say his name is Charlie Smith?
Yeah, sure. I can't do all that. But yeah, I think Saints found their kicker, found their quarterback, at least for a season. So things are up and up.
I like it. Well, let's go to another team that found their quarterback. Old Man Rivers is back. All right, and even though they took a 16-18 loss in Seattle, they put up a fight. Okay, the Indianapolis Colts are walking away 8-6, and Seattle's took a win at home, making them 11-3. But Seattle only won 18-16. Phillip Rivers in his debut, coming back from 5 years of not playing a game in the NFL and almost being inducted into the Hall of Fame, where he was a nominee. Okay, he comes back and he goes 18 for 27. Not saying he looked great. 18 for 27, 120 yards, a touchdown, interception, only sacked once. Jonathan Taylor went 25 for 87 on the ground, and Amir Abdullah had 5 receptions for 32 yards. Pittman 3 for 26, and Tyler Warren 3 for 19. And he actually ended up getting Josh Downs 3 for 13 with a touchdown there. But this Colts defense only got 1 sack, 5 QB hits, and 5 tackles for a loss. No interceptions. This was a field goal game. Okay, you wanted to hope that your kicker had his leg warmed up and stretched out. Okay, because each side was just kicking field goals. Sam Darnold went 22 for 36, 271 yards, no touchdown, no interception, sacked once. They couldn't get the ball rolling. 8 for 31 for Charbonnet. Walker went 9 for 17. It was atrocious on the ground. Jackson Smith-Njigba took 9 targets, created it into 7 receptions and 113 yards. Rashid Shaheed, 5 for 74 off 7 receptions. Cooper Kupp, 5 for 46 off 7 receptions. And Sam Darnold ended up fumbling the ball once, but they got it back. The Seattle defense only got 1 sack, 5 tackles for a loss, and 4 QB hits. They were in it. Kobe Bryant was able to get 1 interception, but not what you're used to seeing from the Seattle defense, or in Seattle team. So
they didn't want to be shut down for elder abuse. So
I guess not. But
they laid up,
dude. That last drive was the one thing that saved them. So shout outs to Jason Myers, the Marist graduate, for bailing him out. At the last
6 field goals, right?
Yeah, he was on point. Yeah. Gave me 24 points of fantasy, baby.
Yep. That's good. And I mean, it's gonna go unnoticed and no one's gonna talk about it, but Groupie crushed a 60-yard field goal to put them up before that final drive.
Wow.
And he never did that in New Orleans. But shouts out to the Colts. They're getting the best out of them. But
there you go.
That was a crazy kick from him, but
look, new land, new man. That's what happens, sometimes. So
I guess so. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
There it is.
And I'm gonna deem this the biggest disappointment bowl. Because I don't think either fan base is particularly happy after what they watched on Sunday night.
Mm-mm.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
The Minnesota Vikings went down to Dallas and ended up winning 34-26. 9, as he's called, JJ McCarthy, went 15-24 for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Aaron Jones Sr. went 12 for 34. Jordan Mason, 10 for 29. JJ McCarthy, 4 for 15 and a touchdown. CJ Ham, 1 carry, 1 yard, and 1 touchdown. But in the receiving game, Jordan Addison, 2 targets, 2 catches, 66 yards. TJ Hawkinson, 5 targets, 4 catches, 66 yards. Jalen Naylor, 5 targets, 3 catches, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns, and receiver 1 status. Aaron Jones Sr. went 3 for 31. Justin Jefferson, 8 targets, 2 catches, 22 yards. And he was visibly frustrated. He dropped a touchdown in the end zone.
He did.
But him and McCarthy just cannot get on the same page. And Minnesota is an interesting case study. They'll be interesting to study this offseason. So we'll see. The Minnesota defense, 2 sacks, no tackles for loss, 5 pass deflections, 11 quarterback hits. But Dallas, major disappointment. They had a chance to keep pace with the Eagles to win at home, but Dak went 23 of 38, 294 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, did take those 2 sacks. Javonte Williams, 15 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown, so he continues to be a major bright spot. He did leave with that shoulder injury, but was able to come back second half. Malik Davis, 8 carries, 21 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Luepke, 3 carries for 16 yards. Brandon Aubrey got a carry for 6 yards. So
yeah, he did.
I don't know really what happened on that. Did he lose his mind? Was it a trick play?
I'll tell you what, it was a beautiful trick.
Didn't he?
It was a beautiful trick play. Beautiful. They faked it, and I mean the placeholder right over his shoulder, right to Aubrey, and Aubrey just took off. Well designed, well played.
Did he take a big hit?
No, he slid.
Okay. Because something got rattled in his brain where he missed 2 kicks later on, which we'll get to. But
he did.
In the receiving game, CeeDee Lamb continued to be the alpha. 10 targets, 6 catches, 111 yards. Ryan Flournoy, 5 targets, 4 catches, 4 yards. George Pickens, 6 targets, 3 catches, 33 yards. And quite a few other players caught some passes. But this Dallas defense, as improved as it's been, they did not show up. They let 9 destroy them. 0 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 3 pass deflections, only 1 quarterback hit. Quinn Williams did get that interception you discussed earlier, but the great Brandon Aubrey went 4 for 6 on field goal attempts. Tough day at the office there. I know a lot of people have started a lot of Cowboys. They've been fantasy darlings this year, and they disappointed and let them down in the playoffs. So tough day for both fan bases, but we're moving on to Cincinnati.
Yep. On to Cincinnati. Let's go to Monday Night Funday Night, where the Pittsburgh Steelers hosted the Miami Dolphins, where Tua Tagovailoa has never won a game under 40 degrees, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have never lost a Monday night game since 2014, I believe it was. So, you know what? Nothing's changed as the Pittsburgh Steelers won 28-15 over the Miami Dolphins, putting the Miami Dolphins 6-8, and the Pittsburgh Steelers 8-6. So Tua went 22 for 28, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, and it was sacked 4 times. Devon Achane got off to a good start, but just they ended up catching on to it. 12 carries for 60 yards, and that was pretty much it for their running game. Devon Achane did have 6 receptions for 67 yards on 6 targets. Darren Waller, 7 for 66 and 2 touchdowns on 8 targets. And then he just started, dipping and diving and, different people here and there. But that was pretty much it. Greg Dulcich, Waddle only had 2. Julian Hill only had 2 receptions. But 3 sacks from this Miami defense, 5 tackles for a loss, and 3 QB hits, no interceptions. But Aaron Rodgers, 23 for 27, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked 3 times. And Kenneth Gainwell looked great in this game, 13 carries for 80 yards. Jaylen Warren, 12 for 33, And Jonnu Smith had one at the end of the game, 1 carry for 14 yards and a touchdown. And Connor Hayward even had a rushing touchdown. So not what you might think from the rushing game, but Connor Hayward and Jonnu Smith, 2 tight ends rushing it in. DK Metcalf had 3 targets, and he hauled in all 3 for 55 yards and a touchdown.
That touchdown was a thing of beauty, bro.
It was. He did not give up. His legs kept moving, kept going. He's a train when he gets moving.
That stiff arm, like he just stiff armed backwards and just bullied his way in the end zone. It was
he's 235 pounds. Like
you saw his physical traits and you saw how much of a monster he is. So it's good to see.
Kenneth Gainwell, 7 targets, caught all of them for 7 receptions, 46 yards. Excellent for a running back. Pat Fryermuth, 3 for 45. Darnell Washington, 3 for 25. And Marquise Valdes-Scantling, 1 for 19, but he got the other touchdown. They're able to sack 2 of 4 times, 7 tackles for a loss, and 5 QB hits. And Asante Samuel Jr. able to get an interception. So 28-15, the Miami Dolphins not looking too good to get in. They were in the hunt. I'm not sure if that eliminates them just yet, but it's not looking good. The AFC is just stacked with really, really good teams, and that kind of just lowers the percentage and the chances here. So
NFL continues to be a swing and a miss on these primetime games, dude. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
And the Steelers have won a Monday Night Football home winning streak to 23. They won 23 straight home Monday Night Football games.
That's wild.
Crazy, right?
That is.
You know who the last coach was to lose?
No, who was that?
Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll. All right. Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
But we hopefully this week is the turnaround on these primetime games because it's getting tough. It's getting tough to watch these just like freaking slug races, I guess you want to call them.
Yeah, don't worry. All the slugs are going to be they're all going to be gone, and we're going to have some playoff teams playing, man. We're starting to play, Saturdays now. That's how you know it's getting closer and closer to the end of the season, and
Yeah. Some of us already moved on to draft season though, so
that we have, sir. That we have. But I will say this: if anybody is, if you guys want to have a little bit of fun, make sure that you guys check out our website. Okay, this is topdogcoverage.com. If you guys want to rank your teams, go ahead and rank one of your teams. Say if you like the Buffalo Bills, go ahead and hit that. Hit this one, 4, 5, and it gives you a little selection on the bottom. Hit vote, and then all of your votes, you go right in there. So have a little fun with Top Dog Coverage, and let us know who your favorite teams are and where you guys rank them, because we would love to hear from you guys. So always a fun time at Top Dog Coverage. We love having you guys in here. We love showing your comments and everything. So please do follow us at Top Dog Coverage on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Swipe Up, and Apple. So make sure you guys leave your comments, hit the 5 stars. But as for week 15, that chapter is closed, and week 16 is now well on its way. And I don't know, C-Dub, do you have anything? I mean, if you can close out this chapter, what would be a word to closing out this chapter and on to the next?
Pray.
Well, we certainly pray for you guys, and we hope that you guys enjoy this episode, and we will see you on week 16 predictions. It's your boy Dirty. It's your boy C-Dub. Over and out. Peace.